the Guillotines and Guitars here in Hartsville, South Carolina. I've had too many beers, too many libations. We just got done with our Guillotine segment.
And what was that segment on?
We was talking about Jim Jones.
No.
Jim Jones.
The terrible Jim Jones. How awful he was. Now we're moving on.
Moving on
to guitars.
That's right.
I'm sorry. Guitars.
And what is our guitar topic for this show?
So we're talking about the Eagles. They are retiring this year, but
wait,
They are
is there more?
working on a farewell tour.
oh my God, he interrupts me at the worst times.
I'm just trying to put some perspective on what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because
Anyway.
you ramble on a lot, so I'm trying to
Put
let
your
the people
hairy
know.
ass arm down in front of me. You're blocking my view.
Trying
So,
to let the people know
well,
what's going on.
all right. So we're talking about Eagles farewell tour this year, but would they stay retired, or would they come back like other bands?
We don't know.
We
That's
don't
what
know.
we're trying to figure out.
And you still got your hairy ass hand in front of my camera. Kick your Neanderthal hand out of my camera view.
Yeah. You're Neanderthal.
God.
Neanderthal.
Yeah.
Oh, fired.
Who has that much hair growing on their hands, man? This is nasty. This is sweaty, too. This is just disgusting.
Where you see hair?
Everywhere. Even on your cuticles. Just growing everywhere. You got hair on your teeth, or is that film? You're just nasty, man. You need a bath.
I know.
All right, that's what we're talking about.
This show brought to you by Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Squash soaps.
Dr. Scholl's. You all right there?
Yeah, good.
Do we need to take a commercial break and
No.
come back with one less host on the show?
No, I ain't going daisies up yet. I ain't pushing daisies. I'm pushing daisies down.
As soon as you leave, you're gonna come back and be like,
Here we come, the comeback king.
You know what? Can I walk out the door and you play this song? Let me come back and sit down.
okay. Well, we don't have that door on the camera, but we do have this door on the camera. I could play it, and I'll just I'll play it.
I
and
got
play
a plan for that. We're gonna do it next time, but I got a plan for that. I got a plan.
All right, good.
Oh,
All right.
Eagles on their farewell tour, and he's still going. Take them buttons away from him.
This is all.
Is it stuck?
Hold on.
I wouldn't hear it. I wouldn't hear this. Because I watched this video like 1,000 times.
This is great.
Old Corey Feldman.
We did a.
When he comes out, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, there he is.
All right, Eagles and their retirement tour, and will they stay retired? What you
I think that's the biggest thing that we're going to say, because they've announced this is their retirement tour. But
We all know.
your question, like you said, is, are they going to stay retired?
Yeah, or are they going to be like 95% of the bands that they just come back?
Yeah.
Just like in LA in what 2021, was it 2022?
Who?
When did y'all go see Motley Crue?
That was in 2015.
20.
Yeah, so that's almost
God
10 years
almighty.
ago.
Yeah, that was almost 10. That was
So
9 years
they've been
ago.
back for like 10 more years.
Yeah. They retired.
See, that's what I can't stand.
They retired and came back like 3 times since then.
Oh my
in 10
God.
years.
So I hope the
here's-
Eagles don't do that.
Here's my thing with the Eagles. You talk about them coming back. Don Henley is 76 years old.
He can't
Okay.
come back.
I mean, I know he can still go, but he's in court right now
For what?
for he's suing somebody, or I guess they're the Eagles, and they're suing this guy. Can you do that one more time? I don't think I got that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're suing a guy who man, I don't want to butcher this story, but he's in court right now, today actually, as the today is the 27th. But there was a guy that they had trusted. They let stay at some barn or whatever they were doing something, and the guy apparently stole some papers that he found that had lyrics to songs and some notes and stuff like that. So they're suing the guy. But and it's actually it's Don Henley and Glenn Fry, who obviously is passed on, but they're the ones that were involved in this suit with the guy. Anyhow, and I'll come back to that because there's something. Maybe I won't.
Yeah, so I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah,
so,
that's going on. Yeah, that's going on right now.
But anyway, Don Henley is suing somebody to.
Yeah, and I'll look it up before we're done, and I'll tell you what that whole thing was, who the guy is. But what I was going to say was he's 76 years old right now, and I know that we talk about like Sammy Hagar being that age and still sounding, and looking pretty good and still sounding. But what I was going to say about Don Henley was there was a article that was written today and talked about him in court about how he was pretty frail looking and had to constantly tell people to repeat a question and would make a joke about how he's lost his hearing because of his profession or whatever. But the way it was written made it sound like he was pretty showing his age, which I get. 76 years, that's up there, but maybe he's not handling it quite as good as he was. It could have been just a year ago. You know how quickly things can change, and you don't know if he's got something else going on too. He could just have a cold that's bothering him too. But so you don't know. But anyway, my point is 76. If they go on this tour, and they say, okay, we're done. And usually, how long can you go when you say you're done with a tour before you make a comeback?
Well, to me,
what I'm going to say real quick though is you'd think a couple of years. In a couple of years, he'd be 78. And a couple of years after that, he'd be 80. Is he going to be? He's probably not going to be behind the drums, maybe, but is he going to be able to actually tour and really put on the show that the Eagles fans would want to see and hear?
He might not be able to, but people will still go see it regardless because it's Don Henley. It's the same thing with Phil Collins. Have you seen him on his last tour, which was just like I think a year or two ago? Yeah,
and it's the same way. He's getting up. He's having trouble.
He sits in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
On stage. I don't think he plays the drums anymore.
No, he doesn't. No, he actually said something before about he doesn't think that he even knows how to. And this was before he started having health problems.
He can't become. I mean, and Phil Collins is. I would imagine. I don't know how to look this up, but I would imagine he's in his late 70s. The same thing as Don Henley. I think they're around the same age. I don't know. Maybe he might be a little older, but he
73. Yeah, so he's a little bit younger.
Okay, but still, I have watched a video with Phil Collins. He actually gets wheeled out like in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
and performs. He don't play the drums anymore.
No, and he's in that spot the whole whole show.
And I'm like, but I mean, and people are still paying money to see this.
Well, because he still sounds good.
Yeah,
I mean, just because
he can still sing, and I'm all for that. I'm like, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, he can't hardly he can't he does the whole show in that chair, you know. I mean, he don't get up and walk around, or he might get up and stand up, but and that's, I mean, he's getting old.
For some people, it's difficult to watch because you love them so much that you want to go see them, but then when you see them as an older person, you're like, oh, because last time I saw you were on the video and you were dancing and moving around, and so it's hard to watch.
It's the same thing, but also it's not that it's really. I mean, it's and I'm not trying to make fun of anything at all because I know, you get older. That's life, And these people been doing this their whole life. They want to continue doing it because that's all they all they known.
Sure, and you know, and a lot of times there'll be older people. Let's look at, and Toby Keith will be an example for this in the song that he wrote, "Don't Let the Old Man In," because he talked about this, and this goes perfect with Phil Collins. I don't think Don Henley's quite in the same physical space that Phil Collins is.
I don't think he is.
I don't think it's quite the same. But what Toby Keith was talking about, don't let the old man in. He was saying, like you said on that show, that if you stop doing what you love and who you are and who you have been for so long, then you open that door for age to kick your ass, right?
You know, I saw that this past weekend when I went and seen Dwight Yoakam.
That's right.
He didn't let the old man in. That dude still spins around and shimmies and shakes across the stage.
How old is Dwight Yoakam now?
I really Like I said, I went and seen Dwight Yoakam this past weekend, and he's obviously hasn't let the old man in yet because
he's
the guy,
he's still fast as you.
Yes, he is. That guy has all the moves. His vocals are strong, and
we don't need to practice, Randy.
Yeah, but you know he was on his game. He has no reason to stop what he's doing right now.
I'm hurting, Linda.
I'm hurting here, Linda.
All right, so going back to what we were talking about with Phil Collins, somebody that I just saw this video the other day, and it actually it broke my heart, but it still goes back to what we're just saying. Where these guys, this is what they've done their whole life, and they want to keep going as long as they can. There's a video going around, or a few videos going around of Frankie Valli. Remember Frankie Valli?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Singing Sherry Baby. And it's so obvious that he's lip syncing it because this is his voice from the 50s or whenever the song was recorded. It's so obvious that he's lip syncing it and physically standing there with a microphone and taking these little tiny steps around the stage, kind of holding the mic up close to his voice or close to his mouth. And it's really sad to see, but then you have to go, but if he doesn't do that, what happens to Frankie Valli?
Yeah.
You know, so there's a part when it first came up, I was like, oh, come on, just stop. But then I went,
well,
but if he does.
And that's the thing. I'm like, you know, these guys, you know, they do this their whole lives.
Right.
Now, they build a fan base up. All right, and so here, okay, so let's fast forward 40 years later. All right, and they still want to relive that what they've done their whole life.
Yeah,
yeah, which is, I mean, it's, you know, to me, I can understand that. So they do it, you know, and then you got fans saying they shouldn't do it, and then if when they do it, if they use some overdubbing with the voice, or even not even overdubbing, but just all out lip syncing, you have people who say, you know, shut it down, and they need to stop, you know. But for their fans,
but that was but the people are going. They didn't just go in there and say, oh, that's Frankie Valli. They went there to see him. So they would go to see the Eagles, no matter how old they got, if they could still play and still play the songs. Saying. If they can still sing the songs and they want to, you have to go. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously they're going to do it, or they want to do it, and they still can. Let them go do it. If you're an Eagles fan, you'll buy a ticket to go see it.
That's what I'm saying. Is
but are they really? Are the Eagles? Is Don Henley, who is like everybody knows he's I don't want to say egocentric, but maybe he is. Does he want to blemish his reputation by going out and not being able to perform at the level that he does right now or did?
What I don't think they see it as.
Because I think it's more him than anybody
else. I like
else.
The way you just put that.
Well, I don't think they see it as blemishing their reputation. I think it's they're going out still performing like they always have, and you know it.
But does it still sound good?
Yeah, but you're missing my point. I'm saying, but if Don Henley especially, but if they as a group can't perform at the level that they are or did, would they still do it? Would they be like some of these other guys that just, you know, I don't think they would go out like Frankie Valli's doing with a track. But at 76 years old, in a couple of years, if they were to make a comeback, would he really be able to sing like they did?
Well, he might not be able to, but
That's my point.
also if he doesn't sound exactly like he did on the record 50 years ago, if he still sounds halfway decent, I mean, would you blame him for wanting to go out there and keep doing what he's doing?
No, and that's what I'm saying. If he could do
I'm
it,
with Trey.
if he could do it, I do believe that he wouldn't have a problem going out and doing it.
so-
Even if he went out, even if Don Henley, I'm speaking to him of him specifically. Even if Don Henley could do it himself and go out
Have you heard
solo,
something with Don Henley where he doesn't sound good?
no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, but in a couple at 76 years old. If he was to retire right now after this tour, if he was to come back in a couple of years, I would be really surprised if he could perform and sing at the same level that he is.
He
or
probably couldn't.
And because I think that Don Henley is like such a perfectionist and a control, I don't want to say control freak, a controller individual type. I don't know that. I don't think that he would. I don't think if he could sound and perform like he did, I don't think he would do it.
Well, you certainly didn't want to be like this person, going out after you retire and then coming back and be like, "We got He's got the heart and Big Mac 103."
Or
if you're sounding like that, you just need to stop.
I had so many notes, so many things I wanted to talk about on this one, but I'm going to wait. We'll wait. Let's see how this part goes with our co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Carol Gainey.
Gainey!
Thank you.
How's it in Lynchburg, Virginia? And I meant Texas. I'm sorry.
Texarkana.
Texarkana.
They got beer.
I was there last. They run out of beer, so I left.
But
You know,
they
if
headed eastbound and down.
If you drink beer, you lose weight.
Everything good over there in Guyana.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
What you drinking on, Carol?
I am drinking on Red Stag and Coke.
And I want you to know, I haven't cracked that bottle that you bought for yourself here at the studio.
Well, that's because you're not. You're on
No,
the night. I understand.
He's doing it on principle now. He's like, I am not going to touch that bottle.
Yeah, the way he talked about it earlier, he's like, man, I want to drink something, but I'm not going to get that bottle. I told him, because as soon as I do, they're going to be like, I told you.
Told you, he can't buy his own bottle.
Yeah, it's all about principle now. He's like, I'm sticking with my beer.
Damn right.
He's gonna prove to us that he's not gonna drink out the bottle.
That thing's gonna have dust on
That's
it.
right.
It's gonna
So
lead the
I'm gonna
way.
take that. I'm gonna take that Red Stag home with me tonight.
Give it to Chuck.
Chuck.
Come on in, drink. Let's have a shot.
So what you got on this topic right here, buddy?
Great segue, Chris.
Great, that was awesome.
So what you got?
This is farewell tour.
Yeah.
Is that what?
What's it called?
Is this the first one or the second one?
Well,
No, this is the Eagles' first
one.
farewell
Yeah.
tour.
A long goodbye. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think
There
the
you go.
long goodbye farewell tour.
Well, that's real quick. That's another thing that you talk about. Like we talk about this. They're going to retire. How long before they come back? This is actually technically their first retirement. When they stopped the first time, or they've stopped several times, and they've kind of had these reunions, and they'd come back for a special occasion or a special couple of shows.
When they broke up, but they never said this was the end. They were having a farewell tour.
Yeah.
They broke up, and then
Yeah, no. For the record, they never broke up. They just took a 14-year vacation.
well, yeah. But then when they came back, they had the Hell Freezes Over tour.
Right, because of that.
Yeah, because it was a lot of people were saying they'll never get back together.
Right. I'm just saying that they.
But so
They never
technically
technically-
they never had a farewell
Yeah.
tour.
Right. They broke up a couple times,
Yeah.
and they stopped a couple times, but they never had a farewell tour. Yeah. They never said.
But so
publicly.
anyway,
they never
they
said they were breaking.
They never said goodbye.
They never said they were breaking
Yeah.
up until they'd
So-
already sued each other. And
Yeah.
Anyway, this is their farewell tour this year in 2024.
yeah. All right,
The
Carol.
long goodbye.
Yep, the long
All the
goodbye.
ticket prices. Have you looked at the prices to the long goodbye?
I have not. I can imagine
I was
they
glad-
probably very expensive.
I'm sure.
I was glancing earlier, looking at them, like for the nosebleed seats, second balcony for Hollywood, Florida, $5.59 a ticket, and they
For the
run all the
nosebleed.
way up. Yeah, and if you get all the way up to the orchestra row, it's $2,600 something.
God Almighty.
So so if they up the prices, because it's a long goodbye, but
Well, I
and I'm
think most people are doing the dynamic pricing now. Yeah, they're trying to cut scalpers out. Which what they're doing is they're charging more. So the scalpers can't resell the tickets.
The hell is
But
scalper?
You've never heard of a scalper?
A scalper.
He's saying scalper.
A
No,
scalper.
He's a scalper.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
I got better headphones than you got.
Continue.
But yeah, scalpers buy tickets at face value and
Yeah.
resell them
Yeah, because
for
then
a
there's
lot more.
Because then they're sold out, right? And somebody really wants this ticket, and the scalper says, "Here you go. I've got one right here, but it's going to cost you
$300.
this much
Yeah,
more
and
than they would have."
So now you have with the scalpers go in and they have the robots who buy all the tickets up when they're online.
Yeah, it's quick.
They buy them up real quick, so you can't go in there and buy one at face value. They buy them all up, and then they put them all out on the resale sites for a lot more. They double,
so the
triple their money,
van- So
But
the vans make the fans suffer versus the
Yeah.
scalpers.
well, yeah, but now they came up with the dynamic pricing, which is supposed to cut all of that out. Which all it does is it puts the price of the tickets at that price that the scalpers were going to resell them for.
And so
And I'm like,
so the general public still has to pay
consumer
more.
Still has to pay more.
Yeah, that's
And
ridiculous.
now everybody has to pay for it.
Yeah,
So they can get tickets.
And I have trouble with the nosebleed section when a ticket that's that expensive. Is that for the money that you were going to spend for your gas, your food, the ticket itself, and everything else to go to the show where you're so far away from them that really you're not even. A lot of times you don't even look at the stage. If you're at a show like that, you're looking at the monitor.
You look at
You watch the monitor.
screen.
So for that kind of money, you could buy yourself a nice sound system to hook up to your existing television, or the prices are coming down. You can buy a brand new TV for the same price that you would have spent to go to this damn show, and you can.
buy the concert video.
Yes, you
for
can buy. That's what I was getting to.
$40.
For all this
Sounds
stuff,
like a Pitchman video
or
right now.
a lot of times you can actually just find it on YouTube. Somebody has recorded it with their cell phone in pretty damn good quality of audio, and you can sit in your room and pay for the same exact price of $499.99. You can have your own sound system in your house and watch the show that you were about to spend $499.99 to go all the way to Greensboro, North Carolina, to watch this show from the nosebleed sections where you wouldn't even see the person, little tiny person, to watch it on a damn
Right,
video
right.
screen.
But wait, there's more.
And fight traffic.
And I
and
tell you
all
what,
that, too.
and Act Now, that's right. Act Now, you don't even have to get in your car. You can sit on your couch. You can go to sleep on your couch if you want to. You can stay right where you are for the whole show.
But-
and you know what? If you got to go to the bathroom,
Super Slam.
and if you've got to go to the bathroom, you can pause the show. The artist will pause their concert for you to go to the bathroom. Hey, go ahead and make yourself a sandwich while you're out there. Come back, and the artist will come right back where you left off. You won't miss a thing. There.
And that's all good, but a lot of people want that live experience.
I know,
they
Scott.
want to be there.
Scott, don't take me
You
so
know.
serious. I understand that part. I do understand that part.
Listen,
However, I am not going to pay $500 or $600 to sit
know.
way back there where I can't see them at all when I could just sit at home and watch it.
What you're saying is how I want to experience every concert from now on.
I'm spoiled, man. I want
What does this have to do with
the Eagles.
we're talking about? Y'all have once again driven this train off the edge of the cliff.
Oh, I'm about to drive this train off the edge of the cliff. Literally, you have no idea what I've got planned. I'm about to drive it off the cliff. We'll see what Carol has to add to that.
All right, Carol. Tell me what you got. What you got to say?
I mean, the ticket prices are ridiculous. I mean, you take someone like Scott and Sarah, they can afford to go to a show. But like Chuck, he'd never get to see them. As bad as he might want to see them, he'd never make it to that concert.
I take Chuck with me to every concert.
Yeah, and he sits in the truck.
No, he don't. He goes with
He
me.
drives you.
And I need a DD, so I mean that's what he is.
Well, that's why he sits in the truck. He waits to DD. keeps people off the SUV.
You get that DD. Chris had the D on his iPad.
Scott, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you own a SUV?
Yes.
Is it black?
Yes. One of them is.
One of them is. That's right. And if you movies like Men in Black or anything, you see the government or high profile people, they always in black SUVs. But I got it.
Where are we going with this?
Where are we going?
Where is this going?
That's why Chuck brings you to the concerts, and that's why he sits in the truck while you.
I thought we were talking about the Eagles and their
We're
farewell.
talking about the Eagles. We are. We're talking about them $high prices for the ticket.
I know, and I can't afford them.
I mean, but I think that's ridiculous. And I think if you're going to do a long goodbye, why don't you make it where everybody can
do
go?
you think that, since Kiss did this and, like some big band names, Motley Crue, do you think that people would think that Eagles would say this and say their
Oh, I see where you're going.
their concerts in
like
Charlotte,
a money grab.
like a big venue,
Just to help.
like a stadium, like Arlington, Texas, like
Because they know if they say this is it, this is your last opportunity to see us,
sell out.
then everybody's going to buy the tickets. Because I got to go see the Eagles one more time. That's a good point.
Do you think?
It's a market
Do you
scheme.
think that these bands that have done this before has ruined it for these bands that's actually saying?
No.
You don't think so?
No, because I think that's
I
going to
think-
happen forever. I
Yeah.
think that'll happen forever. You'll have
I think it'll keep going.
You'll have the bands that say they're going to retire, and they actually do, and then you'll have the bands like Kiss that say they're going to retire and keep coming back.
yeah.
Well, just like Motley Crue, didn't they sign a contract?
Yeah.
They did, and
What was
then,
it called? The Death Con? No.
It was they signed the contract, but then it was a few years later they blew the contract up. So I mean, it was like
And everybody's like,
never
yeah.
mind what we said.
No, there was a big
They
deal
even
about.
said that like we're not going to sell out like these other bands. We're going to end it right here where
Wasn't
we
it-
started it.
It wasn't even that long, was it? Like it's just a couple years. Was it? I feel like it was a couple years.
Like 3-4 years.
Yeah, and they came back. And Tommy went to college.
Well, was that was a lot earlier.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. And just like with Kiss, I think Kiss's first farewell tour was in 2000.
Oh my God,
Which was 24 years ago.
that's all right. Hey, don't worry. If you missed that one, we've got another one coming for you right now.
But
They just
you
did
know
this
what?
one. I know they just did this one.
You
But
know what? They still out playing. I think they're on their farewell tour just ended. I think.
yeah, it did.
The last one.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I actually saw them on this. I went and saw them in 2023, I think.
Okay, that would have been the farewell before this farewell.
No, that would have been this farewell because I think that this farewell went on for like 2.5 years.
No, I think they came back. I think they came back for a couple of weekends. They just didn't play anywhere, but they were like, "Okay, we're back.
But, I mean,
Let's do a farewell show one more time."
I went and saw them and I enjoyed it. I
well,
liked
sure,
it.
it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
They are a spectacle.
I'm like, I like Kiss. I like watching them. I don't understand the whole concept of people saying this is going to be our
It's just
farewell.
money and marketing.
Yeah.
Because, well, and for a lot of these guys, this is all they do their whole lives. So when they say this is going to be a farewell, and most of them probably mean it until the next year.
Well-
when they're sitting at home and like, what am I going to do now?
Well, I think
and I don't have any money coming in.
I think with Kiss it's already changed because I think that I read that Gene Simmons was talking about going out with some kind of cover band, a Kiss cover band.
Well,
And then,
my God.
But then you
No,
also
no,
have,
I-
but then
I
you
think-
also have the VR, the virtual reality version that they're talking
But
about doing that
I
ABBA
think-
did.
I think Gene Simmons had mentioned something about Kiss carrying on without
them.
without Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley.
Yeah, it
where
was-
it would be other members, but they would carry on their
That
They're
don't even make
characters.
any sense.
No, I'm not on board with that one. And I have a history with virtual
Well,
reality.
I
I have a
would-
history. I worked in the virtual reality world.
I am here now to say I will bet if they go, if Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley aren't in Kiss, but there's another version of Kiss where it's all the same characters painted up.
Yeah, it will
I
be.
bet people will go watch it.
Absolutely. Well, they do for ABBA. The ABBA has their virtual reality holographic concert, and people. So there's no real people on the stage. It's just a video, a CG animated video of the characters up on the stage, and people are paying to go see that. And that's ABBA. And I'm not to say that ABBA's not huge because obviously they are, but this is Kiss. There are Kiss. The Kiss Army is going to show up for that, and they know it.
And it will.
And they know it, and that's why they're going to do it. Oh, well, we could do that too, and Gene Simmons will have full rights to everything. And
Oh yeah, I know that.
So, your opinion, when Eagles do this,
yeah, let's get back on topic here.
when Eagles does this farewell tour, do you think they're going to stick with it? Look at their age now. Look at their
Well,
age.
and that's one thing I think about with their
I
ages.
think
That
they are.
they're all 76.
I mean, they made their money. They had their fun. You know, they're
Yeah,
up in
but-
age. I bet they're thinking like, okay, guys, let's,
So ain't being
we're gonna die in like 5 years. So let's spend the time with our family. Let's put this year on the line for our last shows, and let's just end it. I think they're ended. I really think
Might
they're.
be.
I mean,
But
and I'm
before-
looking at the
they
age.
might.
I'm
They
looking
might.
at age.
But before
They
we spend
might.
time with our families, let's get this court case over with.
So
They might, but it.
I'm not turning on my
So
iPad.
isn't being skilled in the band one time or one of them?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Vince Gill's in the band now,
Honest,
and Glenn Fry's son is in
Deacon.
the band. Yeah, Deacon Fry.
yeah, Deacon Fry.
You know what?
But I
Go ahead.
think they're planning on, being, the long goodbye. But like Don Henley,
Yeah,
he
but
can,
Deacon-
he can play solo.
Well, yeah, but that goes back to what I said about his age. He's 76.
Right.
If he retires now
if
from
he
this, does he come back
He
at
gets-
78 or 80?
Is he gonna Is he gonna sit there and like, I'm not gonna do this?
Yeah,
He
no,
may go
that's the
straight to play
thing.
on
No,
Is
he's also too busy getting on YouTube and cutting out all Don Henley's songs that people are covering, which I'm totally waiting for him to cut mine. I did the boys of summer, and it's been on YouTube for several years now.
He ain't got to you
And
yet.
he ain't got to me yet.
well,
I'm
I
just
don't
waiting.
actually think that's
He's cutting
him.
everybody out.
I think it's probably lawyers and stuff doing
Well,
that.
yeah, on his behalf though, he says go out there and take him out.
All right,
Trey.
Yes. I'm gonna ask you one question,
Ask me one question,
and
but I got something for you.
less than 5 seconds to answer. Most talented person in the Eagles band right now.
Don Felder.
I agree. I agree.
Don Felder. But Joe Walsh is my guy. Joe Walsh with James.
Well, wait a minute. You just said.
Joe Walsh is my guy. Joe Walsh. That's Joe Walsh.
Well, you
But Don Felder is my.
just said Felder.
Don Felder is my guy.
So that's you. That's your talented
I'm
person.
gonna go there first, but yeah, but you make now you put me on the spot. No, Don Felder's my guy. I love the guy. He's super talented. He wrote 20 different guitar parts for Hotel California, recorded everything, and gave it to the band almost a finished song. All they had to do was put lyrics to it, which is why the lyrics don't make any sense because the song was written and they had to put something to it. But anyway, there's that. But then Joe Walsh is incredible. Joe Walsh is one of my stage icons, one of the guys that I looked up and I wanted to be that guy when I got on stage playing guitar. So Don Felder was more subdued and he sat there and was a hell of a guitar player, but he did all these different things. And then Joe Walsh was the same but a little more flamboyant. So
Yeah, and Joe Walsh to me is one that
Yeah.
I would say. I know what you're saying about Don Felder, but to me it was Joe Walsh because, and I mean Joe Walsh. I think come in during the Hotel California album.
yeah,
Which
he
was a
was,
75, I think. So that was fourth or fifth album,
Yeah.
I think.
and that dual solo, Don Felder wrote it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
But
wait.
But
Come on, you can do this. I know you
No. Don Felder might have wrote it, but when Joe Walsh played those parts, he made it his own.
oh well, yeah, they're two different guitar players. They have.
yeah.
Let me tell you. Did you know?
Walsh, the way he plays?
You want some trivia on my friend Don Felder? You mean you learn you something about Don
Learn me
Felder?
something.
Yeah,
Guess who Don Felder, Gainesville, Florida. Picture this, Gainesville, Florida, back in the day when they were teenagers.
It's hot.
Don
Skin's biting you.
Felder works at a music store. He doesn't work for money. He works for store credit. So when a guitar would come along, or strings, or straps, or whatever he needed, he bought that with store credit. He didn't get paid a dime money wise. He got paid store credit. Guess who walks in, and he wants guitar lessons.
Guitar lessons?
Yeah.
Who?
But he's not known for being a big guitar player. But at the time, he was a young, blonde-headed, buck-toothed guy, skinny.
Was it you?
Yeah, yes, it was me. It was me. A young, blonde, skinny, buck-toothed
that's
young
William.
man walks in at about 13 or 14 years old, and said he plays bass guitar for this band. But he wants to play guitar because he feels like that's cooler than standing there with a bass guitar. And it's like Carol said, it's Tom Petty.
Are you serious?
Yes. So he taught.
True story.
He taught Tom Petty how to play guitar. But wait, there's more. So they lived in Gainesville, Florida, and you've got the college there, and they had all these fraternities that they used to play. Not together. They were in a couple of different bands. But Tom Petty's band was playing at a fraternity one night. And Tom Petty was wearing a shirt with a flag on it. It's not known what that flag was, if it was a Confederate flag or American flag. It was probably, the rumor is, the guess is, it was probably a Confederate flag, because while he was at this party, he was told to take the shirt off. If it was American flag, they probably wouldn't have said that. But he's at this fraternity playing this show. He was told to take the shirt off. And I guess he wouldn't do it. Got in an argument with these people. Now, Tom Petty's, he's a teenager. He gets in this altercation with these people that are trying to get his shirt off. They run across to the fraternity next door where another band's playing. The other band that's playing is Don Felder's band. They go get Don Felder and say, hey, Tommy over here is like getting in this big fight. So Don Felder leaves the house where they're playing, comes over to help break up this fight with Tom Petty and these people. He ends up getting completely mutilated. And Tom Petty actually said that he thought that he had permanent brain damage from the beating that he got that night on Tom Petty's behalf. So Don Felder left that party to come over and save Tom Petty. Tom Petty gets out of there, and Don Felder gets beat up by this fraternity.
That is crazy.
I know, right?
That is. Where did you hear this story?
Well, I've known this. We used to go to school together.
What's even more crazy is you had Don Felder and Tom Petty playing at different parties, like right across from each other.
Yeah,
at the same time.
You know who else hung out with them, or who they hung out with? Don Felder hung out with Dwayne and Greg Allman. Dwayne.
I can't take too much more.
That's how we learned. I'm just saying. This is all.
This is crazy.
All these things are coming together and makes
all these great musicians hung out together.
Yeah, Dwayne Allman taught Don Felder how to play slide on an electric guitar. He said that he was the first person that he saw play slide on an electric guitar, not an acoustic, and asked him about it and said, "How do you do that?" And he showed him a couple tricks, and so he kind of took that and went from there to make it his own style and stuff. So he learned to play slide originally from hanging out with the Allman Brothers.
That is crazy.
That's something there.
How about
I
that?
didn't know that.
That's very informational.
I know, so keep that in mind. So imagine you're learning stuff, but what about the stuff you already know? Ladies and gentlemen, You know what that music means. That music means it's time to play a game. This one is called How Well Do You Know the Eagles? We're going to start with some easy stuff, so we'll pick Chris. Chris, I'll give you I'll give you a few song lyrics. I'm not going to sing them, but I'm just going to give you some lyrics, and I want you to give me just a couple of seconds and tell me the name of the song. I'll cut the music out so it doesn't make it too distracting. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Let me pick an easy song. Here we go. You can spend all your time making money. You can spend all your love making time. If it all fell to pieces tomorrow, would you still be mine? Name that song.
You made it sound so damn stupid. I can't think.
Oh, do you think I was going to say it like it was just sound?
You need to sing it to me.
Okay. You want me to sing it to you?
Yeah, sing it to me.
All right, but I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to sing it the way it's written. You can spend all your time making money. You can spend all your love making time.
That makes it worse.
If it all fell to pieces tomorrow, would you still be mine?
I don't know it.
Come on.
I don't know it.
All right, you got it wrong.
I would say take it to the limit.
That was Take It to the Limit. You didn't know
You
that?
was on your phone the whole time.
Was he?
My phone was right here.
Getting the hell
Was he
it
listening?
was.
Oh, he cheated.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to watch it.
Rewind the camera.
I'm
My
going to watch
phone
it,
was
Scott.
Right here. I wasn't on it. I was listening.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's
Scott.
see how much you know.
Scott, here we go. I'm going to leave the music going because it doesn't matter on this one. Scott, Vince Gill, obviously, as you know, joined the Eagles. What band is Vince Gill known for other than his solo career before joining the Eagles?
Oh, I do not know. I don't
You don't know.
know.
This is a big one.
Oh, you ain't got your phone, huh?
No, I've known Vince Gill since he was a solo artist.
Oh, but-
before that,
I thought
do
you was
not
about to
know.
say since
Oh.
he's a little boy.
Well, I guarantee you know the band. I guarantee you know a big song that they had. Let's move on to Carol. I hate to ask Carol because we don't know if he's looking at his phone.
He's cheating too.
I hope it's not that question.
Nobody knows.
I do not.
do not know
I thought Vince Gill was a solo artist.
Okay, no.
Everybody
Vince Gill,
sucks.
Pure Prairie League. Amy.
What?
Amy.
I've never heard of
With
that.
Amy.
the Pure Prairie League. Amy, what you want to do? I
Oh,
think I should stay with you
Amy, what you
Yep.
want to do?
There you go.
Close your eyes.
for them
Oh,
all.
man. Yeah.
What was the name of the band?
Pure Prairie League.
Yeah.
I had no
Prairie
idea.
Dog.
No idea.
Prairie Dogs.
I
Pure Prairie League.
always thought Vince Gill was a solo artist, and then
I think he played in several bands. Didn't he?
He did, but this was probably the biggest. If you would have named a couple other ones, I probably would have given it to you, but you didn't. All right, here's one more for you. Carol, since you probably can look at your phone and you could look at it, we won't know it. I'm going to ask you the hardest one. All right, so Joe Walsh replaced Bernie Leadon in 1975. Bernie Leadon's girlfriend was the daughter of two very, very popular people. Do you know who Bernie Leadon's girlfriend's parents were?
Of two very popular people.
Very,
that's
Very
Mamas and Papas.
very important people.
It's probably not. Oh, you said imported or popular, like music?
Yes, popular.
I'm gonna go with Sonny and Cher, but that's probably wrong.
That is wrong.
Yeah.
Joe Walsh replaced Bernie Leadon in 1975. Bernie's girlfriend's parents were. Let me get my music. My music's about to stop. Bernie's girlfriend's parents were Ronald and Nancy Reagan.
Wow.
That was my second guess.
I know it was. I felt it coming.
Are you kidding me?
Shit, that's cool. Damn. I didn't know that.
I'd have never guessed.
All right, Chris. Coming back to you. We'll do song lyrics again. Are you
I'm
ready?
I'm ready.
Let me look at my list here and see if I can find a song that I want to give this to you. I want you to have this.
Okay.
All right. I got the one. Bringing the music down. Here we go. Well, I know it wasn't you who held me down. Heaven knows it wasn't you who set me free. So oftentimes it happens. We live our lives in chains. And we never know we have the key.
Chains. In chains.
Name an Eagles song that exists.
No, that was damn. I was on Nikki.
You're close.
Never break the chain.
No, that's a completely different band.
You talking about Fleetwood Mac?
Fleetwood Mac. No, we're gonna stick with the Eagles since that's the band we're talking about. I'll give it to you again. You want to give it to you one more time?
Can you sing it like it's supposed to be?
No, because that would give it away. And also
you
because
sing it so damn stupidly, I can't.
I know, but if I sing it the way, if I sing it right, my singing is so fantastic.
All right.
We're going to get flagged, and we
Give
won't
it
be
to
able
me
to.
one more time. Give it to me one more time.
You sure?
Yes. I'm gonna listen this time.
All right, here, listen.
Hey Siri, listen to this song.
All right, here we go.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, I know it wasn't you who held me down. Heaven knows it wasn't you who set me free. So oftentimes it happens. We live our lives in chains, and we never even know we have the key.
Heard it from a friend. Is that it?
No. Anybody else? You want to guess before we go on?
Scott, you got anything? See, it's how he's saying it.
Heartache tonight.
No.
You were
Carol?
so confident.
Carol?
Best of my luck.
Already
Best of my
gone.
luck.
Already gone.
Already gone.
As many times as I listen to Dobie sing that.
Yeah. So that's the problem. Sometimes when you hear the song like I'm doing it now, and I'm not giving you the words, like
And that kills me.
I know it just messes it up. You got to listen to the words, not the way I'm saying it. Let's do one more, Scott. We got time for one more song.
One more. Let's do it.
Scott, I'll give you
Put him
some
on
lyrics.
the spot. Where's the damn music at? There we go.
Right there. All right, Scott, here we come. All right, do you want something slow, something fast, or something half-fast?
Give me whatever you want to do.
Give him the whole ass.
Yeah,
All right.
the whole ass. Yeah.
All right, here, let's do an easy one. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose, we may win, but we'll never be here again.
I know that one.
I do too. But if for some reason it's escaping me.
It's the way he says it. It messes everything up. Come on, Scott.
Take it easy.
You got him, boy.
All right, after 800 questions, the score is 1-0-0. All right, and our winner tonight is Scott. Scott, tell him what you've won.
Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. And this was How Well Do You Know the Eagles, right here on Guillotines and Guitars.
We obviously don't know shit about the Eagles. Damn it.
There you
We just
go.
embarrassed ourselves.
There you go.
Oh, my God. Well, that was fun.
No, we still learned.
You learned a lot.
You ain't learned shit.
We did. Did you not learn anything?
I did. You didn't.
Okay.
It's all about
I did
learning.
too.
You learned not to wear that coat anymore.
Anyway,
I'm gonna put it back on.
moving on.
I'm wearing it next week.
All right, we were running out of time here on Guillotines and Guitars here in the Hartsville, South Carolina studios. I'd like to thank everybody for watching and listening to it. Why are you
Both of
grabbing
y'all.
my hand, man? That is so weird. We was having a Jim Jones moment.
I was trying to think.
I know.
Hey, drink the Kool-Aid. I got it.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. Trey Davis, Scott Barfield, Chris Hicks, Carol Gaines on the line.
Carol Gaines.
We'll see y'all next time we're out. I'm done.